Hey, welcome back to the table. So this game is getting precariously close to nobody connecting to Trieste here. We had the best shot as yellow, but now that we have no resources anymore, we don't have a good shot anymore. But it is possible. The one thing yellow player has is the ability to make a whole lot of factories still. I still have three empty factory positions I can do. So let's go ahead and, the problem is I have no workers, and that's been my issue, but maybe we can get that fixed. Okay, so what I did was I already grabbed everybody's workers. These are the 3 resources from the board. So they are gonna finally fill in something. And then of course the precious iron is now available here at the nice low price of 40. Our reserve comes up and there is not a single reserve that we purchased. I think it's because we're getting to a point where the resources are just too scarce, except for the wood and the coal. Next we go to our income. So for us, as yellow, you can see here that our income is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So we're getting it up there. 70 bucks is a good chunk. And then for the purple player, it is 10, 20, 30, 40, which the purple player is just swimming in money right now, but they owe 20% of their money at the end of the game. The red player, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The red player was the one that was supposed to be getting the most income, and they're getting the least, or so far the least. Well, actually, no, purple just got 40, I apologize. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So teal got 50 as well. All right, so that at least gives them some money that they desperately need to do this. And then we deal with training workers. So we don't get to train anybody. Everybody else is level 3. We're good there. And then we determine first player. So it is now going to be teal next, then red, then purple. So, okay. What do we want to do? Well, we need iron, so we need an iron factory, but we also need workers. And because we didn't buy any workers last round, all of our new workers are going to be level 1. So a level 1 worker does produce 2 cubes, and maybe that's all we need for our factories. So we're going to buy workers so we can use those workers in our factories. Now, one of the problems I have is the workers are cheaper if I spend 40 bucks to go to here. So I'm going to do that. So we're actually not going to buy workers. We're just going to do influence, and we're going to do 40 bucks worth. And that is a lot of money, but it costs 40 bucks just to buy 1 worker. And now it's only going to cost 10 bucks to buy 1 worker. So it does pay for itself pretty quickly. And we still have 150 bucks left. We're going to spend 60 of that hiring workers. We're going to get 3 new workers, and then we're going to buy some factories on top of that. I mean, there's a lot that's going to happen still. But, okay, that's over. Next, we move to the teal player, who, again, has no resources, but does finally have money. And, yes, the teal player has been stuck. That's the issue. We can buy 3 resources, and the teal player can now finally buy the orange resource that he's looking for. But if he does, he has to wait until the next round to receive it. Or we could just buy this one, brute force, and then we would have to lose reputation buying the rest of our resources, and it would take multiple actions to eventually accumulate them all. Here's the thing, what else is teal going to do? We can collect 10 bucks, that's about it. So teal does have a stone factory, so they can get stone from their factory. That's 1 resource, but that's it. They don't have iron, they don't have wood. So, and they don't have coal either, but because they could possibly deliver one of their stone to make money. But they don't have that either. So I do think that they still need to lay more track and get another connection going so they can make another factory. And I think, if anything, they need to get some keys. So like make a coal factory and then use that to connect to some cities and get some keys. But it's a lot of actions, but thankfully they have 5, right? So the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go here and brute force buy this iron for 40, because they have no way of getting iron any other way, and that's super expensive for them, but that's all they can do. Otherwise, they're going to sit and cry this whole round. Okay, so red. Red has 2 iron, a wood, and a stone. They have what they need to build a bridge and 1 track. Now this gets interesting. Where's their 1 track going to go? Okay, so for example, red can do the lay track action, and here's the resources for red. The extra iron is to build the bridge, so they can go over the bridge. But remember, they get to lay 2 tracks, so they can go somewhere else. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put all that down, and I think I figured out where they're going to go. So we're going to grab the 2 red tracks, and the orange track is for sure going to be this one right here, because they want to get this token. This token doubles their income when they collect it at the end of the game. Their income is rather pathetic, but they do get to at least try to double their income. And the other thing that they can do is lay another track. This is going to be 4 worker effort. Couple of things. I can't do this, for example. Even though this satisfies this here, I'm going into this city and then out. This city can only have 2 connections because I don't have anything there. So this is an illegal placement. I could do this, but then I owe $10 to them, and money is always tight with this player. I could do this, which actually works. I just don't know what benefit that does for me. I gain nothing for it, and then I'm shortchanging myself from being able to connect over here. Although I only have orange engineers, so I can't do these connections anyways. I just realized that teal could have been spending $30 and they could have laid 1 more track here. But if they did, then they wouldn't be able to go this way. That's the issue. Because the train station's down here instead of... They could have put the train station here and then laid this track. Again, that doesn't give them much of a bonus, though. But it does get them connected to be able to connect over here, which is a nice 3 business option. But anyways, we're on the red turn. And so that's the other option is, so like red could try to do that, but then I need another iron, right? Because that's another bridge location, so I would need another iron to be able to do that. I have stations that I built, so I can actually connect this way and get up to Amstetten. I don't know for what purpose, but I think that's actually what I want to do. If I could build a factory anywhere with red, and I don't think I can, that's my issue. If I was able to build a factory anywhere with red, then I would build a coal factory. And I can't connect anywhere. Like, I guess I can connect here, which lets me build a factory. But I have 2 factories, but I chose for neither of them to be coal. I can collect from them, and then I have 2 of my 3 resources I need to lay more track. So that is always an option. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and it's what? It's 9. I have enough workers. I have a 369. That is all their workers, by the way. So to do that type of connection, I could have connected here instead for 5. And actually, I am going to do that instead. I'm going to connect here. I do have to pay $10 to yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And why am I doing that? Because I get to take 2 business tokens. And we're going to convert 2 more of our cars to money makers. Get our income up. We're not going to be able to carry as much resources, but that's okay. We'll build another train station if we have to, and then we can put 3 resources there. Also, by doing that connection, we can build a factory. We can get a coal factory going. I am not connected to any hub with red yet. I was going to connect my first hub by connecting up there, but then of course I just changed my mind. So I'm still not connected to any hub. I do have the ability to deliver wood here. And so for my free action, I am going to do exactly that. I'm going to deliver this wood to that location, and I do have the gold, or the coal from the start of the game. I just never used it. And so wood will get red $60. So red is rolling in the dough for the first time the whole game. So got $60 and was able to deliver a good finally. And that helps red to get some breathing room. And, you know, they're not out of it. They're just, I don't know if they're in it either. So let's go to purple now. And purple desperately wants to get to Trieste because they have the ability to get this done. So they have resources, and they have resources for a tunnel. Now here's the problem, is we could tunnel to here, but then I need a bridge to get to here. And then of course I could get to Trieste there, and I can't do that. So what I could do is connect here and then tunnel to here and then one more tunnel to there. That is my route that I'm going to do. So I'm going to, so you can see I got 2 of these for the tunnel, and then of course regular for the tracks. Purple is going to lay track as an action. And let's get the camera down so we can situate this. So by connecting to here, I can create a factory. And then by connecting through my tunnel to here, I got 2 more factories, which is exactly what purple wants. And so we're positioning ourselves really well here. The one thing purple has is we don't have a lot of workers. So that was 7 effort worth of workers, and that's right there is 369, right? So I had to spend 9 to do it. So if I start creating more factories, I know what's going on, but we can do that next round. We were gonna, yellow was the one that was gonna buy more workers. Purple needs to buy more workers too. So purple may have to pay the higher prices though, because their influence is really low and they can only buy from green. So green right now is at $40 a worker. But we can do it. 1 worker produces 2 resources, so we don't need the level 3 workers to, you know what? Level 3 workers produce 4 resources. I've been screwing up. Oh my gosh, I screwed up this whole game. All the level 3 workers produced an extra resource. I was only putting 3. Oh my gosh. That changes things so much because, you know, teal or even us with yellow, we would have more resources because we would have put 4 on that guy instead of 3. Boy, please accept my apologies there. I just made this game a lot harder than it needed to be. I'm using a level 3 worker and only putting 3 resources on it instead of 4. How could I have missed that? You know what? I think it's because it was a level 3 worker. I thought they put 3 resources on. I think that was the connection I made, but it's their level +1. So, oh man, that's bad. That's very bad. But because the balance of this game does change. Having, you know, this factory's dried up. That was an iron factory. Having one more iron makes all the world of difference for me as a yellow player. So I don't remember who was level 3 and who wasn't, but I can like tell you for certain that both of the reds were level 3. So for example, red should have another one of these and another one of those. You know, and then for us, we should have at least one more iron here. And then up here, we should have one more wood. And we should have one more coal. Now, teal, I'm going to say that they had a level 3 there because they built this one late, so that should be one more stone for them. And then, you know, purple has been using level 3, so another iron, another wood, and then this one here, I believe, was stone. So yeah, we'll give purple one more, so that way they can collect more resources. And I think that does balance out the game. Some of these factories, especially those ones up at the top, none of those I think were level 3. I think we did those appropriately. Okay, all right, so with that serious mistake found, we're moving back to yellow. So yellow now actually has some resources they could collect from the factory. That makes life very, very interesting. But we're still going to buy some workers. So let's do that, and then we're going to spend our 60 bucks, and we're going to be able to buy some nice cheap workers from the White Hub City. So this is 10 plus 20 plus 30, which is 60 bucks, and that gives us 3 workers, and that'll allow us to build some more factories and possibly some more track. Okay, next up is teal. And teal did finally, they have their iron, they could get a stone from their factory. I think teal wants to, they're going to buy a station because they can't, well, no, they can't buy another factory. They could try buying some resources, but they already bought resources once. So what they're going to do is they're going to build a train station. And so that's going to cost them, they're going to put it up here in Amstetten, which is an expensive place. That's going to cost them 50 bucks. That's everything they have. Oh gosh, do they really want to do that? My logic, folks, was if I can put a connection here, I can deliver a stone and make some money. But in order to get that connection, I need more resources, and I need to be able to buy a wood still. I can't do it. Can't do it. I just don't have the ability to. I mean, I could put a station here for cheaper, but that doesn't help me. It helps me to lay this track, but I don't know why I need to do that. So let's back up our plan here. And I think maybe we go back to our original plan, and I'm going to go here to brute force buy another resource. It does make my influence go down by 1, and we're going to buy a wood for 20. And I need to put this back. Yep, I need to put that back. So we'll spend 20 for wood. Okay. The red player is up. Red has no train space whatsoever. Red has resources, of all things, and red can build a factory, which is also bizarre. And red will do exactly that. They're going to build a factory where yellow wanted to build a factory, but that's okay. That's how this game works. So they're going to build a factory, and they're going to build a coal factory. Coal factory costs 20 bucks. So red's going to take one of those. They're going to pay 20 bucks. They're going to use one of their level 3 workers, and it's going to go right here. And we're going to put 4 coal on instead of 3, because we finally got smart about this. And so the thing is red still needs to connect to a hub. So is that really what I wanted to do? I think I got an iron one already. I need a stone. Then I can produce all the resources I need to keep laying tracks. Now, I'm going to stick with the coal. And the other thing is I need to build a train. So we, by the way, unlocked the 80 train now. And the 80 train gives +3 influence. I'm thinking I want to be able to play this out properly. A stone factory would have cost me 30. Then I could have bought a 70 train. Red needs another train to be able to deliver these goods. That's the problem. Or instead of building a factory, we can just build a train station. Why don't we do that? So I'm going to keep the worker. And we're not going to make the resources. We're going to build our last train station with red. We got to put it somewhere. Where would we like to put it? It's somewhere where we're willing to like branch off in other directions. So for example, we can put it here, which then lets us finally connect to the White City. Doesn't do us any good, but we could. It's a nice cheap $30 place too. That's the other thing is I think I just want to find a cheap place because I don't want to spend a lot of money. So we'll do that. We'll spend $30. I already spent 20 for the coal, so I'm just going to take another 10 from them. And that's what I'll do. Now what that does is that increases red's income, which is important because red gets to double their income at the end of the game. And it also allows us to have 3 resource spots so we don't need a new train. Although I may buy a train anyways. We'll see. Okay. Red is done. So now we move to purple. Purple needs workers. Now purple has a lot of problems. But they do need workers. So we're going to go ahead and grab some workers. And purple's only influence is over green. And here, this is the cheapest one. So 40 for the first worker and then 50. So if I want to buy 3 workers, that's $140. Holy buckets. The good news is I have $140 because this guy's Mr. Moneybags. It is a lot of his money, 140 bucks, but he is going to do it because he needs that to push for the final win here. So 140 bucks will get him 3 workers, all at level 1, and that's all he needs because he needs to just be able to make some coal factories. Technically speaking, he only needs to make 2 coal factories, so I could take back 50 bucks. Actually, I am going to do that. I'm only going to buy 2 guys because I only need 2 factories. So I'm going to take back 50 bucks because 50 bucks is a lot of money in this game. And so there, we bought 2 new workers and, oh gosh, ended up bumping this. We bought 2 new workers. So now those 2 can convert into factories here and here or there and there, wherever. And then we can actually even deliver some coal and get some keys if needed. Or we just need 1 more connection to get to the contract portion of the game. All right, so it's back to yellow. We now know that connection to Trieste is a possibility. So we want more resources or whatever to do our thing. We want to be able to make more connections and make more money. My original plan is there's this little thing here. This is saying that the cost of your factory is this, which is only 20 bucks. So I was actually planning on making another iron factory here, but now that we figured out our rules, I actually have an iron available to basically collect. And so the only thing that's missing for yellow is a stone. So we could make a stone factory and do that for 20 bucks, because actually the stone factories now are 30, but the iron factories are actually 50 bucks. So this is actually a perfect place for an iron factory. But I want to look at these contracts here. So you can see here we have a stone and an iron. And if you look out here, there's stone and stone. So maybe that's my little marker there. If I take a stone and stone contract, then I could successfully do that by building a stone factory here. And then by building that stone factory there, then that allows me to maybe lay some more track. So it's sort of all coming together. So I will do that. We're going to do a contract action and grab that now. So we committed to stone and stone, and one of our stone is already finished. So we'll go ahead and place that there, and we're good to go. Okay, teal. Teal needs to collect from their factory, and they're going to collect a stone, and now they have enough to lay track. So maybe they can get out of their pickle. Maybe. That's a big maybe. I don't know if they can. Yeah, that's actually going to be really hard for them to do. Okay, next is red. Red is doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but so red could get resources, which right now 2 of the 3 they need to lay track is available. They could build a factory, which would let them lay the 3rd of the 3, but in doing so, they're only going to have 2 workers for laying track purposes. So that is going to limit them severely from being able to lay more track. So it sort of like defeats the point. Their big thing is they would like to connect to cities like this so they can get 3 more income. But the problem is this is 2 connections that are really expensive, and he's only a bridge engineer. He doesn't have tunnels. The other one, of course, is all the way over there. There's 3 of them, in fact, but there's no way for him to get up there. If he built that 3rd station here, for example, he would at least be able to try to get over there, but it's just not going to happen. So how on earth can this guy make money in these final rounds? That's really the ultimate question. And the answer is I don't think there is a way other than 10 bucks. And I'm dead serious. There's nothing here for him to make money in. He can't deliver goods because he's not connected to a hub. He can't, there's nothing he can do. Like I said, he could build a factory, which will let him lay tracks. But by building a factory, so he could actually hire more workers, but he's not rolling in the money. He's got 80 bucks. So if he hires workers at 50 bucks a piece, because this is where he's at, he's going to have to hire workers from there. At 50 bucks a piece, I mean, he's just going to be able to hire 1 worker for that factory. And so then if he hires a factory, he does keep his 3 guys for laying track. That part's good. So then if he were to lay more track, where would he go? He could connect to here, which then lets him deliver a wood. So he would make 60 more bucks. That really would pay for the worker he just paid 50 for. All right, fine. You convinced me. I'm taking the 10 bucks away. We won't give up on him yet. We're going to hire a worker for 50 bucks. We have to, Because if we're going to build a factory, we got to have a worker that can, go in the factory spot. So now we go to purple. And purple, I think, wants to build a factory. Yes. So we're going to build a coal factory. And the coal factories are $30 at the moment. So we're going to take that coal factory and we're going to complete this contract with it. And for 30 bucks, we got to take 30 bucks from our man here. And there's 30 bucks money bags. That's done. And, let's not forget the actual coal. So we're going to use a level 1 worker. And we'll go ahead and put it here because yellow can build a factory there. So we're going to take that from yellow. Oh, look at that. It's a coal factory. How did I end up with an extra coal factory? I took this from somebody. That or I took it from here. How many coal factories were there? There's 1, 2. There's only been 2 built. Okay, so yeah, it's still a $30 coal factory. Yeah, that was only the second ever coal factory built. Okay, so that means that it was here, so that coal factory cost 20. So purple even gets $10 back. Lucky him. Okay, so worker comes out and 2 coal goes with him. There it is, 2 coal. Okay. Just thinking. Okay, now we're back to yellow's turn. Okay, we need to build a factory. And we're going to build a stone factory so we can finish this contract. And the stone factory is only going to cost 20 because we're going to build it here, I believe. Or we could pay 30 and then save this spot for maybe an iron later. I don't think we need to do that. We're going to just build this for 20 bucks. So the stone factory will go on the contract. We'll take one of our level 1 workers, put it there, and then put 2 stone on top of that worker. So that does many things for us. That, first of all, it lets us lay more track, and it lets us complete a contract. So that was a good double there. Okay, next is teal. What is teal doing? They were stuck. We had a plan. We can lay track. So was there any way, though, that it was going to help us? That was the thing. We basically said, no, it's not going to help us. Oh, but we did. We went and collected resources. Well, let's lay track. We got the 3 resources to lay track. I just don't know where they're going to go. Teal is sort of boxed in at the moment. Teal is already connected to here. And we don't have the ability, we have an engineer, a bridge engineer, but we don't have the extra iron for the bridge engineer. So also, because of the way we laid track, for example, we came in and out here. I cannot lay, or I know this is a free action, but let's say this wasn't here. I can't go this way even if I wanted to because I went this way. So the only way I can lay track down here is here, which does nothing for me. And in fact, I lose another 10 bucks. I, can't go any of these other directions because those are specialties. And unless I put this kind of marker up there somewhere, which that is a possibility, then I can lay my track a different direction. I need 50 bucks though, and I don't have 50 bucks. What was my plan? Why did I do this? I don't remember, and I'm starting to wonder. Like, I could go Actually, here, I can do this. I can go here. I owe red $10, and I can go here, and now I'm connected to Sopran. But what good does that do me? Sopran doesn't need stone either. What good does that do me? Nothing. Why did I want to do this? Okay, I gotta pause. I need to think about this. Okay, their situation sucks, but we're going to take back the tracks that I had laid up there because that doesn't do me any good. The only thing that helps teal is to lay track this way, which will give blue $10, and then this way, which will connect them to a factory location over here. So now they can finally build a factory, which gives them the iron that they need or whatever. So they owe $10 to yellow, which again, it's still not super beneficial, but it does at least get them out of being boxed in, and now they're over here. And, you know, even if worse came to worse, they could try to do something else. I don't know, but that's still the better route because now that at least gives them a factory location. Okay, next is red. And red's plan was we weren't going to give up. That part I remember. We paid $50. That's right, because we want to be able to put somebody here, and red needs a stone plant. So red's going to build another factory, and that's of course going to make them lose one influence because that's an action they were already doing, and so they want to make 2 stone because it's a level 1 guy, and that stone factory costs $30 to produce, and they don't have $30. So they will use one of their actions to collect $10, so they won't be going next turn. Okay, purple. Purple, that's right. Purple wants to build another factory. Do they want to do it this round, though? No. They want to collect resources. So purple's going to go collect resources from their factories, and they want to collect a coal, a wood, and an iron. They're missing the stone, but they got the coal, wood, and iron, and they need 2 stone, which is interesting. But they at least got that. And then the coal, of course, is going to allow them to deliver a good. So they're going to use that coal right away as a free action. And they're going to deliver a good somewhere. And they're going to deliver this other coal. And they're going to deliver it to Brown Hub up there because the Brown Hub's worth more. So that Brown Hub got its 4th item. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It means it's going to go up 1. So 130. And Trump, or purple, gets the brown gold key. So they are they're in it to win it. There's the way to put it. And now we're back to yellow for their final action. So what were we doing with yellow? We were also trying to connect to Trieste. If I remember correctly, we would need to go 1, 2. We would need to lay track twice to be able to do that. That's a tall order. I could try to get some more income for the end of the game, but it would really be round 8 that I finally get that income. So it's not like the best thing in the world, but so let me show you. I'm connected to here right now with yellow, so I could build a bridge to here and then get 3 business to do something. That's the problem. I think I'm going to collect resources. And we're going to get an iron, a stone, a coal, and a wood. So the coal, of course, we can put on there. And the idea behind all this is what? What is the idea? Well, with the coal, I can deliver a wood to here, get some money. And I'm going to do exactly that right now. So we're going to spend our coal and deliver the very last wood that we have up here to there. Okay, so the blue hub is getting their third item, which is just a single bump. The drawback is I probably need to deliver coal because getting a blue key would be really awesome because that's the two best cities in the game. But I do have the ability now to lay track, which that is the key for me, at least, to be able to stay in this game. I do need an extra iron, though, to be able to lay 2 track. I could just lay 1 track this first time and then do 2 tracks to finish it. And I am sort of stuck doing this unless I want to put a hub somewhere, like I don't even know where, because the problem is I would have needed to take this bridge and then go here and then take this bridge. That's my other way. Or actually this bridge and then this connection here would have gotten me to Trieste. And I went this way instead, which makes this a little harder. So that's if yellow wants to get there. And yellow sort of does because we're going to get 490 bucks. Although, purple is lining up to make some decent money too. I still think it's still beneficial for us to get that connection. Okay, so yellow's done. Now we go to teal. Teal has been fighting, and can they produce a factory? And if they did produce a factory, what kind would it need to be? The thing is it needs to be an iron factory, and they don't have the 50 bucks for a factory, but they will next round. So maybe we don't, poo-poo that too much. I think what teal needs to do is to just buy a resource. Oh, we've already bought resources twice. So if we buy it again, we lose more influence. You know what? We're going to get 10 bucks because that's how you win the game, is having the most money. So let's get some money. So 10 bucks. Okay, next up is red. Oh, red already took his turn because we realized we were 10 bucks short of our action. So I automatically put him in the collect 10 bucks bucket. And then purple. Final action for purple. Purple is rolling along here. Purple needs stone to be able to make this final connection. So needs 2 stone, and they currently have 0 stone. So they're going to do a collect resources action, and we're going to do the, oh my gosh, there's only 1 available. Oh no, there's only 1 here. Oh, come on. They're going to do it. They'll spend 40 for this stone. And there is 1 more stone that's going to come out next round. Maybe they can pick that up there. So there we go. They just spent 40 bucks for that. And they could build a factory, yes. They need 8 points of workers to make the final connection. So no, they can't unless they want to hire more workers. But anyways, that brings us to the end of the round. So we're going all the way to the wire. Connecting to Trieste is very hard. When you watch the John Gets Games thing, I don't think that was impressed upon you because you were watching the first 2 rounds. This whole concept of needing engineers to go along certain paths is very expensive and very difficult. Anyways, thanks for watching, and as always, stay awesome.